What's going on, fellas? It's Cager, and I am back with another video on Smash Ultimate. Today, we are going to be talking about DLC fighters once again, because recently there's been a lot of info on this stuff. So we're going to be taking a look at another potential DLC fighter, and this one I think is close to confirmed, and it's very disappointing for a lot of you probably, because yeah, guys, it's another Fire Emblem rep, and I know we have a ton of them. Like, we take a look here, we got, what is it, 7 characters here, and 4 of them are just Marth, basically, and then there's 3 unique ones. That's kind of cool. I'm an Ike main, so I do like Ike, but, you know, there's too many of them, okay? Like, I'll admit that. There's a lot of them, and I get it, like, they have, like, their games, they have different protagonists in each one, so they like to have a, like, representation of, like, all different games throughout the series, and that's fine. I just think that it's a lot, like, it's way too clone-heavy, that's what I should say. Having 4, like, that's enough of them. I want to see someone, like, a little bit more unique if they're to do another Fire Emblem character. Because I have played some of the games. I'm not, like, hating on Fire Emblem or anything. The games are fine. They're quite enjoyable, actually. And there's such a variety of characters in those games that they could really change it up. Like, with Robin, it was good, I thought, and Corrin, too. They kind of, like, spiced it up there. Like, Ike has a completely different moveset, even though he's just another sword fighter. But with Robin and Corrin, it's very, very different than a lot of the other characters. The only bad thing is, like, yeah, they all have a down B counter. Like, that's just a staple. And I'm assuming that we're going to have that regardless, too, whatever character it is in Fire Emblem. That's just sort of a staple for them. But hopefully everything else is a bit different, and they don't just recycle the same sort of special moves, or just, like, aerials or anything like that. But, yeah, we're going to take a look at this. So, this is the voice actress. She voices one of the characters in the new Fire Emblem game. And here we could see that. I looked it up myself, and this is confirmed, guys. She is the voice actress for here. And in this tweet, it says, yeah, she's about to work on one of the biggest games ever. And Fire Emblem, I would not consider it to be one of the biggest games ever, and many of you probably wouldn't either. So she is probably talking about Smash. That's what I'm going to assume, that she's talking about Smash, because right now she's not listed for anything else, and she couldn't comment on what game it was. So yeah, she's probably talking about Smash Bros. Here. So what do I think about this? Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay. Now, if you take a look at the E3 trailer for the game, we see this character is actually holding an axe right here. This character's name is Edelgard. She is holding an axe, and she has here in her inventory, she has axes and swords. And that's sort of a thing that, like, a lot of Fire Emblem characters can use other weapons. But they're always chosen with a sword in Smash, and I really hope that if this character is an ultimate, that they give her an axe or a different weapon, like something to change it up from the usual sword, because that would be interesting to have a character who uses an axe as the primary weapon, because we really haven't had that. We have a lot of sword fighters, but no characters who use an axe as their main weapon. The closest thing to that, I guess, would be the Belmonts, who just use it as their neutral special to throw it. But seeing a character with an axe, I think that would be interesting. They could be very unique with that, and make for a very interesting character, even though it's from Fire Emblem still. I don't think that there's a problem just with the amount of characters that there are. I do think that it is a little bit of an issue, though, when all of them are just so similar, and there's this many. Now, I think clones are actually kind of important. That's a video topic I could go off about, how clones are very important towards Smash, and I'll get into that in another video, guys. I've had that planned, but when it comes to this many, it's a little bit too much. It's too much when you have all these characters that are similar, even though the other characters aren't Marths, their down Bs are all the same, and they all still use swords, so they are similar in a way. In terms of how you play with them, they're similar, but yeah, definitely a lot of Fire Emblem characters, so people who are really against Fire Emblem aren't going to be too happy, and I think that this is something that I saw coming. Like, I definitely did. I know a lot of people did, but, you know, there's just so many other characters there that they could go for instead of another sword fighter. Now, nothing against sword fighters. They are very fun character type to play in Smash, but when you look at, like, other franchises, there's definitely other characters from them that they could pull in. Now, Fire Emblem is something that's, like, sort of, like, new, I guess you could say, because ever since Awakening, it's been, like, a rebirth of the franchise, and it's been growing a lot since then. Whereas before it was, like, falling down. But, you know, there's other franchises they could pull from still. And, like, stuff like more third parties, too. I mean, I guess this is going to be one of the Nintendo characters, because there probably aren't too many of them that are going to be DLC. As I talked in the last video, I think that most of the DLC characters, or at least half of them, are going to be from third parties. So maybe this could be a break. This could be one of the Nintendo characters, because if you think about it, there aren't really too many other characters to take from like modern Switch games. You could go for one of the champions in Breath of the Wild, though I think that's a stretch because all the characters in that game are dead. They're just spirits. I don't think they'd do that. Or Odyssey, like I don't really see anybody from Mario Odyssey. Like Pauline, that's a push. There's not really too much they could take for her, and there isn't really a big reason to make her a character in Smash. And she's also already on the Mario Odyssey stage, so I don't really see that happening. I think Mario's done with what is there, 9 characters now? Yeah, there's 9 characters in Mario. I think that franchise is done for this game at least, and I think we're going to be seeing some more from other franchises. But it would be cool to see some stuff from Zelda. Like I don't know, like the Champions thing is a little bit of a stretch, I think, but I think there's other characters, like seeing Tetra. I talked about this before in like some of my older videos, like speculative about Smash Ultimate before it came out. I talked about Tetra a bit. I think that would be interesting. I think like characters from other franchises that are like big but underrepresented. Like you look at Mario's like the most popular, but then like Zelda's like right up there with it, but it only has 6 characters. And Pokemon, it has 8, and like Fire Emblem's gonna have 8, but like Pokemon's so much bigger than Fire Emblem, so I don't know, guys. I'm struggling here. I don't think you could judge how many characters a franchise should have by how popular it is, because there's different circumstances. Like Fire Emblem, each game has a different protagonist, so that kind of makes sense. You don't really see any antagonists as characters, though. That would be something interesting to see, and that could be the case here. Like, we see the player playing as this character, but none of us really know exactly how this game is going to work. There are 3 houses that are sort of like competing against each other, but will it be like the previous Fire Emblem games where you choose one of them and then fight along the other, like fight against the others? I really don't know. None of us really know too much about this game because there's been a trailer, and since then there hasn't really been much talk about it. So I don't know. Let me guys know what you're thinking right now. I'm definitely interested to see if this is true and to learn more about this character. Now, if this is an axe-wielding character, I think I'll actually be excited that we have increased variety in Fire Emblem, because even though we do have variety in some of the newer characters like Robin and Corrin, they're still using swords. So there's so many characters that use different weapons in Fire Emblem, and it would be really interesting to see that in Smash. So if there is another Fire Emblem character, and there has to be 8 of them, then I'd want it to be a character with a different weapon than a sword. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Definitely give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you want to stay in touch with me, definitely click that link in the description below. You could go to my Discord server. There you could chat with me and a bunch of other people who watch my videos and play games, play Smash Ultimate. I have like voice channels in there too. So yeah, a fun place. Definitely click that link in the description below. And subscribe if you haven't already so you stay notified on everything related to Smash Ultimate. I'm going to be doing more speculative stuff on DLC, in addition to guides on how to play different characters, how to do tech, all that kind of stuff, all in one place right here on this channel. So, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is Cager, and I'll see you in the next one.